Hey, what's up, guys? Sensei
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Metal Gear. That is right. I am gonna kill myself for starting a new series, but I'm doing it anyways because I really wanted to play this game. I'm not going in blind. I know everything that happens in it. And yeah, I actually never got to play this game, so I'm doing it now. Got my controller here. I am notoriously bad at stealth. Despite my likings of stealth, I tend not to be good at stealth. So you're probably going to see a lot of failures in this. Shh!
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
There
he is.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
Alright.
That guy,
Ready to go.
fuck that guy.
Drop zone still showing a high
Not in this
pressure
game,
mass.
he's great in this game, but just
Yeah,
fuck
okay.
that guy. Like,
Good. We've got high visibility.
overall, it's his fault. It's like 73% his fault, just everything. Oh, what the shit am I wearing? What the hell? Ha!
Put out that cigar.
Oh yeah, I forgot this happened.
Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector.
Yeah, I forgot this happened.
Put on your mask.
Where it's the cutscenes are a little bit delayed. I say a little bit. The music's going too. It sounds like distorted. But really, is it just?
Does this panty waist know what he's doing?
This is some Metal Gear Solid 2 shit, where it's like, oh, you don't get to play as Snake. You're fucking Raiden, you little shit, and you're gonna like it.
Off.
Hey! Are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Fucking Raiden, oh my god. Ugh. Where's Rose? I mean, I know the, like Raiden faces like the disguise mask,
Depressurization complete.
but I mean, really, I don't know why that's happening. I hope that doesn't happen
6
the
minutes
entire
to drop
time
off.
because
Opening
that
rear hatch.
didn't happen last time. I swear.
Jack, I've got some important
Oh
news.
fuck me.
The head of the CIA has
I may
finally
or may
given
not
us
have
the
pressed
green
A
light for the
or X.
virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No,
Okay,
the
he
virtuous
steps
mission.
on the cigar and
The
jumps
future
out
of
of the
our Fox
plane.
unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right.
Right.
So what exactly is this wonderful
What
mission?
exactly is this wonderful
Well, about 2 years ago,
story
a certain
time?
Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our mods.
I'm just gonna.
His
yeah.
name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov,
Nikolai
He's head of the
Stepanovich
OKB
Stoyanov.
754
Oh, wait, no,
Design
wrong
Bureau,
reference.
one of the Soviets'
I don't know
top
what
secret
to do.
weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Just making sure something's not
Isn't he
broken.
that famous
Sokolov.
rocket scientist?
Isn't he that
The very
famous
same.
rocket scientist?
On
Where's
April
the
12,
monocle? 'Cause he thinks he's
1961,
cool.
the Soviets
He's really
achieved
not.
the first manned
I can't do
space
Snake.
flight
I apologize.
in history.
Metal Gear.
The Earth was blue, but there
There
was
was
no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket.
Vostok rocket.
Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket.
I don't.
After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
Bam.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own
I got
creation.
nothing. It's
Afraid?
story.
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he
I mean,
left his
if
country
you're
and his
complaining
family
about me
behind
talking
and went
through
over
the
the fence.
cutscene, that's
Not
why
exactly.
there's subtitles.
One of his conditions was that
subtitles
his family
for
was
life.
also to
If
be
you don't
taken
like
safely to the
subtitles,
West.
then I
We used the
probably
mole to
don't
get
like
the family
you.
out first, and
I know a
succeeded
lot
in
of people who
sneaking
don't like
Sokolov
subtitles,
over
and
the
I'm just
Berlin
like-
Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships continued on course towards Cuba.
Again, I know all this
forces
shit
went
already,
on alert
but
for an all-out nuclear war.
I got
Frantic
nothing.
negotiations were conducted through the UN's emergency
I mean, what am I supposed to
Security
say?
Council
X-Men
and unofficial
Origins,
channels
not
to end the hair-trigger
no,
standoff. Finally, on
First
October
Class, that
28th,
was it. That was
the
the
Soviet
one
Union
with
agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba.
Cuban Missile Crisis.
And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust.
Okay.
But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
Yeah.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea.
Realistically,
running
we
out of
still
time.
have no idea.
It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President
So
Kennedy
yeah,
gave in to Khrushchev's
luckily I'm
demand.
not playing Guns of Patriots.
The next
or else
day,
we'd
I
be
got
here for over
Sokolov
7
out of the
hours.
hospital.
No,
handed him
over
to
7
agents
hours
on
of
the eastern
pure
side.
cutscenes.
Sokolov kept on screaming,
I mean, they're
"Save
great
me,"
cutscenes,
until he
but still.
disappeared from my
I think
sight.
Phantom Pain. It's like.
Then a
all
month
that.
ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of
All of
completion.
the soundtracks.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
Nothing to do with
No.
space rockets.
Missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device.
Yeah, it does.
For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in
Selinoyarsk.
a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs.
Oh, don't
Nice
get any
name for a
ideas,
virtuous
Snake.
mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
There it is. So yeah. I don't know why I'm making airplane noises. Is it? God damn it! I don't want to play as Raiden. Okay, I'm just gonna end up calling him Raiden because I'm used to like Mortal Kombat and shit.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selinoyarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west.
Godspeed, you magnificent bastard.
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Oh, there it is.
Take it easy.
I'm familiar with this.
Being combat-proof.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border?
I don't know why this
single
happens.
Combat talent?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
So let's hope nothing goes wrong. Come on, I want to start talking again. It's going to be boring. Oh my god. Come on. Oh, wait, is that his real hair? Damn it! I want to be riding! There it is. Dig. And there's the superhero pose. Woo! Superhero pose! Yeah, you know, that's really bad for the knees. Alright, if you get this reference, you're probably cool. Hold it. Oh. So I would like to note that on the front of the helmet, it specifically states U.S. Army. I don't wanna be riding! Well, you don't want to be riding. Ugh. Just leave the mask there? No? Okay. Okay. Oh. I'm used to Xbox controls where B is back and A is go, but it's PlayStation, so A is back and B is go. Or X and circle. Or cross, that's what they call it. Options. No. Options. There we go. Captions, own view, blah blah blah. Not what I want. Cunt, I don't want to be riding, damn it.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
Snakes.
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. Oh, and Snake?
Yeah,
The crew isn't watching anymore. You can take off the disguise now.
good idea. This isn't right.
Oh my god, he
Time
trolled
for the
me!
snake to shed his skin.
Oh my god, they trolled me. I actually didn't know this happened. Come on, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Dit. Is that like a special edition I'm unaware of? Dit. Bam! Or at the very least, I don't remember that happening before. I don't know whether that's a special thing that I was unaware of, or whether I just legitimately forgot about this part of the game. There are better parts to remember, okay? Just throwing that out there. You gotta get your bag. This part I remember. There we go. I'm pretty sure it was a special thing. Naked Snake to Major Tom.
Can you hear me, Major Tom? This is Snake. Kept you waiting, huh?
This
Oh my
will
God,
be
he did
a
it!
sneaking mission. You must
Kept you
not be
waiting,
seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your
I'm not
presence.
playing on European
Is that
Extreme,
clear?
so the game won't
This kind of
end
infiltration
when I'm
is the
seen by
Fox
the enemy.
unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function.
48.5, okay.
Go get your
Or
backpack.
40.85, I should say. It's not 48.5. There we go. Okay, now we're doing it. Hey, the revival pill. That's going to be useful. There we go. Come on. There we go. Is that not a crawl thing? Absolutely is. Come on. There we go. Oh, come on. There. No. I've been playing a lot of Phantom Pain lately. Okay. Yoink. Got it.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival...
Okay, sound breaks when you skip it. I'm just cruising through. I should be talking through this part, but like I could be reading, but okay, so that's paramedic, blah blah blah. She helps with medicinal stuff. Boss! Okay, this one I will read because this is important. But basically, he asked if that was really her. That's right, it's me. ... Talk to me. Let me hear your voice. It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours. You've lost weight. You can tell just by the sound of my voice? Of course I can. I know all about you. I'm trying not to skip too far. Really? Well, I don't know anything about you. What's that supposed to mean? Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden? I was on a top secret mission. ... You didn't need me anymore. But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me. No, I taught you everything you need to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you need to learn on your own. Technique, sure, but what about how to think like a soldier? I should totally narrate audiobooks. Just kidding. How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique, and the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. Sorry if I'm leading. My foot is really itchy. I apologize. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil. Is that why you abandoned me? No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack, I was on a top secret mission. The soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. I'm sorry. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends, only the mission. You follow the orders you're given, that's what being a soldier is. I do whatever I have to do to get the job done, I don't think about politics. That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're just going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient. Loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means? Being patriotic. It means devoting yourself to your country. I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary. The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place. I follow the will of the leader no matter who's in charge. People aren't the ones who dictate the missions. And who does? The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. There's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love. And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think. The only thing we can believe in is absolute... Didn't even know that was a thing. Nice. Is absolute certainty. Is the mission, Jack. Alright, but do me a favor. What is it? Call me Snake. Snake. Alright, your codename is Snake. It suits you well. That's right, the legendary unit that the boss put together during World War I was a Snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake? Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss. Yes? It's good to hear your voice again. Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive. Snake, you're always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings, but this is the jungle. Survival is going to be the key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy. CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Beret for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty. Not to worry, I'll be here to help you out. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio. Where are you, boss? Next to the major? The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Perma-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean. Our frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need any advice on battle techniques. Gotcha. Mission is your Chi, Dr. Sokolov. It's being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Guys, I don't know why. It's not even that late. I shouldn't be tired. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission. The end. I apologize for that awful reading. To be fair,
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
there it is. Try to remember the basics of CQC.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
You know what that reminds me of? If you go to TotalJerkface.com, they like the Happy Wheels website, and there's like that little avatar in the top right corner. If you scroll over, it's like this little robotic voice, and it just says list of like a few lines. I think like 5 maybe. That's what the voice sounds like. It sounds like that. So, I sincerely apologize for the first part being incredibly boring beyond belief, but I'm gonna have to stop there. So, I hope you I hope you come back for the next part where we actually do shit, and I will see you next time. I still can't do Snake. I'm sorry. Bye.